First and foremost, we want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem HaKadosh. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God. And Yahweh Shai is the true name of the only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly, through deception, calls Jesus the Christ. All right, and we are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and those scattered abroad according to the diaspora. And we also like to say double honors to our elders and apostles, a great millstone that do rule well. And we'd also like to say the Wadi Yabba Shemel Shai for putting it on our spirit to come out to the highways and byways in these end days, you know, and be moved through the spirit, ultimately to be used to speak about prophecy, all right, and to edify the people, letting our people know that you are the Gentiles that the gospel was preached to. All right, you were the Gentiles in the New Testament that Apostle Paul went to because you didn't know your identity like today. We don't know who we are, but that's because we're the Gentiles. So now us waking up to our true identity, fear has come upon the people, okay? Because now we're rising up and we're not going to Babylon for the want of all things when it comes to mental and spiritual health, you know, but you got it.
Yep. This is the book of Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 1. And you had he quickened.
Yeah, you brothers has he quickened, meaning what? Made alive, because you were once dead. Remember Ezekiel said, can these bones live?
Yep.
Let me get that real quick. Read that again, please.
Ephesians 2 and verse 1. And you had he quickened who were dead in trespasses and sins.
Yep. Now real quick, this is Ezekiel.
Want me to flag him down?
He's good. Okay. He knows where we're at.
Okay.
Ezekiel 37 and 1. It says, the hand of the Lord was upon me and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord and set me down in the midst of the valley, which we're in the valley now. This is the valley right here, which it's also equated to as the valley of the shadow of death. All right. And as you see, these major cities are getting worse by the day, worse by the minute, worse by the people and their demons that are on them, okay? So you can see that this place is filled with death. It's not filled with life. It's equated to a concrete jungle, all right? This is why the Spirit gets on our people, because they're rising up and they're playing, but this ain't the time to be playing. It's like you're watching a horror movie, you know, and this guy wants to go over here and joke around, you know? It says, and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones. See? So that's what? That's Jake. And it says, and caused me to pass by them round about, and behold, there were very many in the open valley. Yep. Like Jake, right?
Yeah. Walking by just now.
Yep. Which you'll have Jake, they'll salute, you know, they'll put the fist up.
They'll listen for a minute,
walk
by.
Yep. They'll acknowledge. And it says, so Jake right now, they're like in that spiritual position that the nations were in when Adam was on the scene. Because remember, the Lord breathed the breath of life into Adam, and he was great amongst the people because he had that knowledge, you know, while the rest were in a lower state. And I know what's going on. Yeah, gang, you know? And it says, and he caused me to pass by them round about, and behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. So that's what Jake's at right now. Jake is very dry. Even though they may have colorful clothes on, dyed hair, nails, they're dry. Matter of fact, let me look up this word dry. You got something?
Real quick. This is Revelation 11 and verse 8. And it says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom in Egypt, where also our Lord Yahweh Shai was crucified. You see, so right now you have, you know, Jakes. They're spiritually, you know, dead because, you know, they're not, you know, they're not awoken, you know, by Yahweh Shemel Shai. You had Jake, you know, walk by earlier. He stopped and listened, but he kept going. You know, because why? Because he's spiritually dead, right? And it says, shall lie in the street of the great city, and that great city is what? Babylon the Great, aka the US of A. All right, and a lot of our Jakes, a lot of our people, a lot of these Jakes out here, you know, Of course, they get shot down. It's like it.
Yeah, it's good.
They get shot down currently, and die here in the soil of Babylon. But also too, that's spiritual because they're dead from the neck up. All right.
Oh, it says dried from water.
Oh.
So they don't got to live in water.
Yep.
I'm gonna need you to read this after Baba Kashab.
Okay.
No, finish your point, but just my throat.
And it says, which spiritually
Yep.
is called Sodom and Egypt, meaning that this place, this empire, this society is moving in the way the ancient Egypt and Sodom and Gomorrah was. You see, because these people are back here today. That was Sodom and Gomorrah. The days of Noah, the days of Lot, they're back here today doing the same thing that they were back in the ancient time.
Well, what made this place spiritually Egypt was the prophecy of Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Because Egypt is bondage. So when was this place spiritually Egypt? It's been spiritually Egypt since the conception, because we were the conception in bondage in the beginning of Babylon's creation. All right, when you came against Gad, when you came against the Spaniards, one of the heads, the Spain, came here to 1492, taking down the northern kingdom in the South Americas, and then in the 1600s with the southern kingdom. So this was concepted off the ideology of Egypt, and then we seen the presence of Sodom in the Biden administration, the Obama administration, and we see it even growing even more now.
Yep. Now, what verse were you left off?
Verse 2.
Okay.
But then we're going to go back to your Ephesians. It just ties in.
Okay. You said verse 2, Ezekiel 37?
Yes.
Okay. This is Ezekiel 37 and verse 2.
Yep.
Excuse me. And it said, oh, shit.
It's all good.
There we go.
We're in a little covering right now because of the rain. But it says in season, out of season,
Ezekiel 37 and verse 2. And caused me to pass by them round about.
Yep.
And behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry.
Which Ezekiel got a vision, which we are living now. When you're out and about in your day to day, don't you brothers and you few sincere sisters, when you're walking, you see like, oh man, as the men aspect, we see a lot of older Jake males that are homeless, what they call vagabonds, deer lick, just kind of walking by, finished through, on drugs. And then the women, for you sisters, you see them, they're whores, they're sluts, they use the system, they abuse the father's, the children's father and the rights. That's very dry. A woman using a child as leverage over the man is called dryness. Okay, that's not living water. That's not how we operate as Israelites. So there's many examples to see the dryness of our people, because what they're lacking is the living water that Yahweh Shai spoke about in John the 4th chapter, which even the heathen woman recognized and said, oh, give me some of that.
Right. And it says, verse 3, and he said unto me, son of man, can these bones live?
Right. So Ezekiel's being asked if the average Jake in Babylon could live. Well, take your ass to a Sexy Red concert. What you gonna say? Hell no. Hell no, they can't live. They're dead. They're dead from what? What'd you say? The neck up, right?
Yep.
It says the whole head is sick. See? So this is why the Holy Spirit is pushing the gospel ever so much now in the last days, because what comes with the requirements of the gospel is repentance. All right? Keep going.
And it says, and I answer, O Lord power, thou knowest.
Right, only you know. Because Apollos waters, Paul plants, but the Most High gives the increase. Keep going.
And it says, again he said unto me, prophesy upon these bones.
Yep, so what we do, we're out to prophesize.
Yep.
We're out to stand, whether they hear, whether they forbear. All right, 2nd Ezra 15 says, speak the words of prophecy unto my people. So we're out speaking prophecy, current news. It's living water, so the news got to be current. Get it? So it's current information. Hey, did you happen to see the Biden debate? Nah, I was watching the Tank Davis face off.
And it says, and say unto them, O ye dry bones,
Yep.
hear the word of the Lord.
Yep.
Right, because this word is meant for you.
Yep.
Because you have been given a savior, and his name is Yahweh Shai, but a lot of our people don't know that. You see, but you have wicked shepherds of our people in Israel, leading Jake down to a path of destruction, calling on Christ.
Yep.
And, and not prophesying unto them. You
Nope.
see? And it says
Exactly. They're not healing them. Matter of fact, let me get a quick point since you said that. I believe it's in the same book of Ezekiel, but check this out. This is Ezekiel 34:1, which is verse 2 says, Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel.
right.
So verse 4 says, the diseased have ye not strengthened, neither have ye healed that which was sick, neither have ye bound up that which was broken, neither have ye brought again that which was driven away. So what they actually do is these wicked Israelite camps outside of the true teachers of Great Millstone, what do? They'll debate you about if you got to live by the law, instead of telling them just that they're Israelites.
Yep.
They'll debate you about salvation's for Israel, but they're not telling him that salvation's for him as well.
Right, you got a savior. Right.
The fuck you doing, man?
Right. They put a stumbling block
Yep.
in front of Jake.
Yep.
You know what it says? It says that they shut up the kingdom of heaven for them.
Yep.
You know.
And it says, neither have ye sought that which was lost. So when Jake comes up in a lost estate, majority of these camps are in a spirit to keep them lost.
Mm-hmm.
You just another lost nigga, right?
Yeah.
They keep them lost. They don't bring them back. All we want to do is what? Debate. So they want to debate them. They want to break them down. They're not building them up. They're not edifying. They're not telling them what's the good news. They want to use them as clickbait. Which you've had this recent incident of this Israelite Christian, Jake, come up to Sakari, and he was in more of the spirit of debating him on proving that he's wrong, instead of saying, hold on, brother, let me tell you, you're an Israelite, and we're going to tell you the correct understanding.
Right.
That's why now you certain law-abiding camps are getting confounded on keeping the law over the aspect of keeping faith.
Yep.
See? So a Christian can get you in the aspect of faith over just the law. You know? Mm-hmm. And it says, neither have ye sought that which was lost, but with force and with cruelty have ye ruled them.
Cruelty. Woo. And guess what? According to our law, that's going off because it says you can't rule like your Israelite brother with a rigor.
Nope.
Because he's a Hebrew Israelite, like that's your brother. But if it's like a servant heathen, you can do that. He's not part of our nation. They're under us.
Real quick, Matthew 23:23. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye pay tithes of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. These ought ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone. So when you go into the law, you should be bringing out law, judgment, and mercy, but not just law and judgment. You need to also apply mercy. And he that sheweth no mercy, mercy rejoiceth against judgment. You know? Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of mashapatyab coming.
Back in Ezekiel 37, and I still got Ephesians 2.
Okay?
Ezekiel 37 and verse 5, it says, thus saith the Lord power unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live.
Right, and that's that breath of life.
That's right.
Okay, now we have the breath of life. So now we're awake, we're breathing. All right, like the sound effects in that Kanye West song.
Yeah.
You know, that's a spiritual ad lib.
Yep.
Because we've been dead. We've been dead for so long. You know, our people are still dead. We're surrounded by the dead portions of our people. That's why it's important to, when you have an interaction, to handle it with meekness. Remember it said when it spoke about blaming not the ministry.
Yeah.
You know, so of course you have a demon come up, which is a given, but you have other portions of our people that are just sincerely lost. You know? So you got to keep that in mind. Hey, brother, you could have parked right here.
I thought that I was over the ticket.
Nah, you would have been good.
Yeah. I see the code right there. Back in Ezekiel 37, in verse 6, and it says, "And I will lay sinews upon you."
Right, which is, you get in the fringes.
Yeah.
You get the phylacteries.
Yeah.
That's what right now a lot of our there's levels to the awakening of your nationality.
Yeah.
Some of our people are just surface level, where they're seen of men. Let me get that in Galatians, where when you look at them, you go, oh, that's an Israelite right there. There we go.
Yeah.
But then you see him, but then you get closer and the dreads are down to his back.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He got the shades on.
Yep.
He's kind of like more just militant.
Got the black combat boots on.
Then he sees you not with fringes and he's giving you the side eye. Hey, me and the bro were at Home Depot and we came across a Jake with fringes on.
He ain't say shit to us.
He ain't say nothing to us.
But we knew.
Yeah. Yep.
And that goes to show like that a lot of these Jakes that are new coming into the truth, they're not wise, or meaning that their leadership is not put them on moving Babylon wisely.
Well, what it did was it made him twice the child of hell.
Yeah.
Because they're wearing fringes and we're not, they're looking down upon us, not knowing we go out diligently and teach. Okay, we diligently teach. You see that? But we're at work. Yeah.
I had when I was coming from the supermarket one night. I was in the car and see they have SOD.
Yeah. Yes. That's the one that.
At night.
Oh.
We had the Rick James fringes and
Yep.
the Cherokee Kid fringes
Yep.
and all that.
Yep.
Jake is.
Yeah. And their name was changed from SOD to something else.
Or SOW.
Yeah. But they're here in Rochester, and they put themselves on this position of authority and act like they've been doing this. But a lot of these guys that you watch, why don't you go back to the oldest video they've done? Check the oldest video and see where they've been. But the one camp you're talking about, SOW, they were teaching like 8 years ago, and then they stopped, and then they went back out with a new name. So you gotta watch these guys, man. If we see the security, we'll ask them if it's okay if we're here.
Yeah.
I meant to ask them that.
All right, back in Ezekiel 37 and verse 6, and it says, "And I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring up flesh upon you,
Yep.
and cover you with skin."
Yep. That's your nationality.
Yep.
So when Jake goes to work, he checks off other and puts Hebrew Israelite.
Yeah.
Which you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
Get those black benefits. Paul uses Roman citizenship.
Yep.
Use your citizenship to the best of your ability.
And it says, right, because it says use the word, don't abuse it.
Yep.
And it says, "And put breath in you, and ye shall live."
Yep. Now we're alive. Now you're living. See, you've been dead in that Gentile mind state. Now you're alive. That's why I said the time remaining in the flesh, it shouldn't be to the flesh, but to the will of Yahweh Bashem Shai.
Right.
This is why there's a different vibration that's being pushed through the spirit of Great Millstone. So this is why a lot of Israelites don't always click on the videos, because they're not looking to get edified. They're looking to be entertained.
Yeah, there's a difference.
Let me go watch this Edomite get pushed down by this tall, black, dread-headed brother.
And them, them having that mindset, it just goes to show like where your mind at in these last days.
Yep.
Because it says, "What manner of person are you to be in all holy conversation?"
Yep.
Because do you want to get edified to know about the impending doom that's about to happen, to be protected by Yahweh Shema Shai, or do you want to just be in Israelite captivity, wearing fringes and having dreads?
Yep.
It's a difference.
It is a difference. Real quick, this is Galatians 1:8. It says, "But though we Galatians 1:10. For do I now persuade men or Yahweh? So like there's a video of a Jake walking through the airport with a short garment on.
Yeah.
Like, bro, who are you wearing this garment for?
Right.
You know what a lot of Jakes are? They're emotionally damaged.
Yeah.
He said, look at you, emotional. A lot of our people are emotionally damaged by Esau, so that's their way of sticking it to the man.
Yeah, getting it back at him.
Which really you're not relying on the Lord, because vengeance is Yahweh B'Shem Shai.
Yep.
So you going out wearing a garment, wearing your fringes, you know, you're trying to jab at him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Let that shit be. Accept captivity.
Yep.
Just accept the fact you're in captivity, and you can serve the Lord in secret. It's like when Yahweh Shai said about prayer. He didn't say go out in the public. He said do it in secret, and the Father will reward you openly. You know?
Yeah.
Jake's playing basketball with fringes on. He shoots the three, and he said it's because I was wearing fringes. Now, when we went to war with Amalek, did we beat Amalek because of our fringes? No. It's because Moses was praying to the Father.
Yeah.
That's why I believe Joshua and Hur had to keep Moses' hands up so he could keep praying.
Yep.
It wasn't because they were like, he shot an arrow and he said, gotcha.
Nah.
It don't work like that. What you're doing is you're idolizing the ephod again. You're idolizing the garment again. You know?
And it says, and he shall know that I am the Lord. So I prophesied as I was commanded, just like we are, commanded to prophesy, right, to this day.
Which prophecy is a commandment.
That's right.
Okay? Prophecy is a part of, and prophecy being fulfilled is a part of the Lord's will according to the commandments. So when you say, come back to the laws, what you also need to add is, hey, prophecy is getting ready to happen, so it would behoove you to live by the laws to the best of your ability in this rehearsal before Yahweh Shai returns. You know?
And it says, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking.
Yep.
And the bones came together, bone to his bone.
Yep. Which is northern and southern.
Yep. The brotherhood coming together.
Why is IUIC filled with so many southern brothers, man? No, you know what I mean? I'm not knocking you, but what I observe is there's a lot of southern. Like, where's the northern at?
Hey,
It's like low-key you're showing that you're those wicked Pharisees.
Yeah.
Because the Pharisees that were on the time of Yahweh Shai, remember the northern kingdom already fled. And when Rome was here, the northern kingdom was already in the Americas for the most part. You had a sprinkling, but for the majority, the northern wasn't even on the scene.
Yeah.
That's why Yahweh Shai said, I have a flock of this pasture that I must, attend to.
John 10?
Yeah.
Yep. He said that he got other sheep that's not of this fold. Excuse me, that is of this fold.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 14. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirit.
At the end of the day, all the things that these Israelite camps are doing is really vanity.
Yep.
If you're not just coming out and teaching, edifying, prophesizing, everything outside of that is vanity. Attempting to rebuild the community is vanity. Okay, going out and giving so-called illegal Issachar immigrants bomber jackets is vanity. Okay, that's vanity.
Man.
Because when Jacob's trouble hits, none of that's gonna matter.
At all.
Fringes ain't gonna matter. Phylacteries ain't gonna matter. Your YouTube viral videos ain't gonna matter. The Patreons ain't gonna matter.
The super chats, none of that shit's gonna matter.
Because I had seen day one last night, A Quiet Place. You know that movie, Quiet Place? That was a dope movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
They drew it out, but the first hour was fire.
Yeah.
Now, I want to say this, speaking on it, what the Quiet Place day one, what those quote-unquote aliens represented is one, there's three things it represented. Let's go to Isaiah 19.
Yes.
Let's go into that real quick. Because see, we have scriptures that are kind of like the key to the ignition, all right, to get the vehicle of camp going. So now that we got the car running, let's drive a little bit. So let's start Isaiah 19.
This Isaiah 19 and verse 1.
And this ain't really a spoiler alert, Nothing's really a spoiler if you understand the scriptures.
Right.
You can't be like, oh, don't tell me, brother. What? Hey, well, the scriptures are a spoiler alert. They tell you the beginning, the present, and the end.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
So this is the first thing when the arrival of these quote-unquote, these spirits created for vengeance, I'll say. Read this.
Isaiah 19:1. It says the burden of Egypt.
What you read, you read Revelations 11, right?
Yep.
So we were speaking about Egypt. We know this is Egypt. So now Isaiah is prophesizing about a burden that's going to befall this Egypt. Okay?
And
So all this shit's going to stop. Ain't going to be no more Waka Flockas, no more world stars, okay? No more viral. Prophecy will go viral in that day. Prophecy will trump every cool nigga out here. You know? Keep going.
And it says, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud.
What are the clouds, Kratazaba? The chariots, what you call Rakab. That's how you say it in the Lashwan Kodash. Or Rakabium.
Yep.
Chariots. So the return of Yahushai, like in the movie Day One, the whole world saw those chariots coming.
Yep.
Because they came crashing down. Boom!
Yeah.
Boom! Hitting everything.
They look like nukes too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they represented at least three things. They represented the chariots, they represented the missiles, and they also represented the elect men.
Ooh,
So we're gonna get all three of it.
New Jerusalem.
Yep.
Coming down and being those hunters, as is written in Jeremiah 16:16.
Yep.
I will make real quick. If you don't mind if I get it real quick. I'm sorry.
No, you good.
This is Jeremiah 16:16. Real quick, it says, "Behold, I will send for many fishers," said the Lord, "and they shall fish them," like we're doing right now. You
Yep.
know, we're being fishers of men through Yahushua, right?
Yep.
And it says, "And after will I send for many hunters."
And that's what those were.
Yeah, they were
Those
hunting.
those things were hunting.
Yeah.
All right, see, look, we're under this. It's starting to pour more.
Yeah.
Okay. But those were hunters.
Yes.
So the angels are coming to hunt. Okay? They're gonna be there, and you know what was heavy? Those hunters in that movie, it was like they were quieting the earth before Yahushai returned. It was like they were making everybody shut up.
Yeah.
Because when they got there, everybody was so afraid. They were forcing mouths to be covered.
Yeah.
They couldn't control their emotions. He was like, and they were like, shut the fuck up. You know?
Yep. Even if like a pin drop, they heard it.
Yep.
And once they heard it, it was death, destruction, judgment.
Yep.
Esau was shook.
Yep.
And it says back in Isaiah.
Good.
Yeah. Back in Isaiah 19:1, it
Yep.
says, "Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud."
Yep. So that's Isaiah 19:1. And then from there, Kratazaba, we're going to go to Exodus 13 and 20. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into some chariot scriptures since the Holy Spirit wants us to do this.
Do it.
And we're going to break down the chariots and the return of Yahushai. See how the Holy Spirit moving us? So, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakak Kodash.
That's right.
All right?
right.
So that was a good movie to watch. It felt good too, you know?
Yeah.
So keep going.
Yeah, man. Slakia, when I seen that, I got happy because Esau was getting judged. You know,
Yes.
it's a feeling.
And
Slakia,
no.
Because we know that that's gonna happen. In our lifetime. Esau's about to get judged.
Now, Esau got judged, and guess who else got judged? 2/3.
Yep.
Now, the main woman in that movie, that African actress, you know who I'm talking about, right? The woman, she played in 12 Years a Slave.
Something like that. Yeah.
Her.
Yeah.
She was in the Wakanda movie.
Yeah.
Listen, her name in the movie 12 Years a Slave was called Patsy. Now, in the movie Day One, this same actress who played in 12 Years a Slave, the whole movie she was looking to go to Patsy's Pizza. Now, Patsy means fall guy.
I got it right here.
Please.
Yeah, Patsy means fall guy. You bros can see it, and victim.
And victim.
Oh, it says victim of deception.
And victim is someone offered to a deity.
Oh wow.
So there's a great sacrifice in Basra. So this woman Lupita Nyong'o.
Yeah,
She
a
got a
Hamite.
Moabite
But
father.
I think she might be a Jake,
She
though.
could be. Yep, that's her.
Yeah, she might be a Jake, though.
So her character in 12 Years a Slave was called Patsy. Then in this movie, when aliens attacked, the whole movie, she was trying to go to Patsy's Pizza. So it's spiritual that she was equated to the same name in 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah.
Because Solomon Northrop got freed, with Solomon, House of David, the elect got freed out of slavery, while the 2/3 stayed. In the movie 12 Years a Slave, when Solomon got delivered, she stood there and went just like this. And fell. Because she couldn't take, that's 2/3.
Yeah.
2/3 are going to get left here in Babylon. She watched the ship leave. She was trying to run to the ship, and she saw the ship sail off and left her ass, man.
And you said left, I got to get it. Zechariah 13:8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord, 2 parts therein.
In all the land. This land of Babylon. Because there's the 2/3 here in Babylon, they're going to get destroyed. But we're going to find out what happens to the remaining of the Israelites around the world. Some are going to convert because in the day of thy power, thy people should be willing. And then others will be purged in the wilderness, getting rid of the rebels. All right, because rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft. See? So keep going.
And it says, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. But the third shall be left therein. And just like the movie, she got left. She got left. Literally, she was left behind. You know? And 2/3 are going to be left behind and die in that fire or whatever, plague, they died from here in Babylon. You know?
So back to Isaiah, then we're jumping to Exodus. We'll get some, a couple chariot scriptures.
Back in Isaiah 19 and verse 1, let me know when you're there, bro. It says, I'll start from the top once more. The burden of Egypt.
Egypt being America, Babylon.
Behold.
See, this whole truth, all the breakdowns are nothing but repetitive. Everything has to be repetitive.
Line upon line. Here little, and there little.
And you got to keep going. Like look at a musician. If you create a rap song, you have to keep rapping it. Like in rap battle, they'll call it choking. Oh, fuck, I forgot my line. You got to keep rapping it. Judah, Negro, Gad, Overcome, Troop, 7th Cavalry, Revelations 13, 7 heads, Britain, French, Spanish, Jermaine and May. You got to keep going over it. Keep going over it.
That's why it says in Ezekiel 3:1, it says eat the roll and teach the house of Israel.
No, then go teach.
Then the water.
First you got to eat, then go teach. Keep going.
And it says, upon a swift cloud.
The swiftest. Ezekiel, you could write down Ezekiel 1, which we could break that down for you too. But Ezekiel 1, it really goes into the swiftness. So swift that they don't have to turn like me, you, and them. They just they're just gone with it.
Downside.
Like the chariot in Willy Wonka.
It says zigzag up and down, side to side,
hovering like bison. You don't have to. We don't have to turn left to go left. And I want to say this, in the movie, I was watching it, I said those hunters in that movie Day One, Quiet Place, they were really a spirit. It was like the Lord was playing a game with the people, like Job, where the Lord bet Satan. So it was like the Lord bet the angels that you can only kill if they make a sound. So it was like they're just hiding. And as soon as they hear, boom, they appear. Because there were certain scenes where they were just chilling, and then as soon as he made a sound, those hunters appeared.
Even the helicopters from the military, and they be high as hell. And when the helicopters, they were trying to warn the people, saying stay inside, but they heard it and they ran up the fucking building and took them out too.
Which shows that those are the missiles, because it says they said march everyone. So we're gonna have to get that too. So we're gonna have to break down the chariots, then we're gonna go into the missiles, and then Lord's will, the elect coming down, because that movie represented all three.
And Lord's will, we can get that in Isaiah 26. It says about the indignation to be overpassed, the chambers and stuff.
We're gonna watch.
And it says, verse 1, and shall come into Egypt.
It's gonna enter. What the fuck? What is that? What is that? You just had a couple from North Carolina or something say they saw 3 sun-shaped, glowing, flying objects over the lake. They said it was like the sun.
Wow.
So the sun's coming, you know?
Right. And it says, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence.
Now, in the movie Day One, spoiler alert, but it's right here. So, I'm going to tell you, the church is going to get destroyed. The Bible already said it. So in the movie, they showed you a scene where the main characters climbed out of just some, like, the sewage, and they entered a hole, and when they got up, they were inside a church. But then when you looked up, there was a hole in the roof of the church, and it was showing how the hunters crashed through the church, but the church is supposed to be holy, right?
All right.
No, the churches are idols,
Yep.
because people treat church like they're children playing free hide and seek. Hey, I'm safe.
Yep.
Just because you go to the church don't mean you're safe. When 2 or 3 are gathered there, I'm in the midst.
Yeah.
See, that's idol worship. To believe some physical thing is going to protect you is idol worship.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Cristo. Right? He holding the cross back. And they always show you in movies, the vampire will melt the cross. You get stabbed with it. They hold it upside down. They thought because they were in a church, they'd be safe. No, that's what the scriptures say. The idols of Egypt are going to move. And you're going to see, like I always say, the first thing that comes to mind is Wendy Williams during Halloween. She was wearing the Statue of Liberty, and she said, it fell over. That was an omen. That was a straight up omen. So when the chariots get here, this whole place is gonna change. Churches are gonna crumble. The courthouses are gonna fall. The word police ain't gonna be able to do nothing. In the movie they showed you, police couldn't do nothing. Military couldn't do nothing. And everything was vanquished. Like everything was on fire.
Yes.
Everything was smoldering, burning. And the way the people got hit, they got hit so fast, so hard, that the stores were still filled with food. But you know what food they didn't eat? Potato chips, because they made a noise. So these people were so afraid their fucking diet changed.
She had to feed the cat some like soft tuna food.
Their diet changed, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Any crunch,
any crack of a can,
any bell of anything. Listen, it was destruction.
It was hands-on mouth.
Judgment. I got a quick one about the churches.
Yeah.
This is the book of Acts 7 and verse 48.
Oh, that's the Holy Spirit.
Acts 7 and verse 48. Howbeit, the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
Because why? In context, Jake was idolizing that temple.
Yep.
That's why they got mad when Yahweh Shai said that no stone will be left unturned.
Yep.
Which he was talking about the temple, but he was talking about himself first. And then they used that statement he made referring to himself, meaning he's going to 3 days come back. They used that as an accusation to say he was going to destroy the temple, so they used that to crucify him. Which ultimately, who destroyed the temple? Esau did, you know?
Right. No semen toes crushed.
Nope.
That's right. Isaiah 19 and verse 2. Right. It says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
Yep. And we're gonna keep going to chariots, but we'll break this down.
Oh, okay, my bad.
It's fine.
Okay.
So let's go to let's explain this real quick.
Okay.
So the Egyptians set it against the Egyptians are talking about Esau versus Esau, and then you could see how Jake's gonna get involved too when his ass is just a slave in Egypt. But the Egyptian versus Egyptian, a showcase of that was Trump versus Biden debate.
Hell yeah.
We're over here with Biden, we're over here with Trump. That's called division. So you're gonna have people fighting one another as prophecies coming to pass, but they're fulfilling prophecy too. So now let's go to Exodus. Let's get a couple chariot scriptures.
To 13
and 20.
Okay.
Any new believers, so they can understand the breakdown for the heavenly chariots being what they call so-called UFOs, which also we got to go to real quick, Daniel, Revelations 12 and verse 7.
Yep.
Because that movie showed you the war in heaven.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it did. It did. It really did.
So we're talking about these hunters being chariots first. Then we'll go to Joel 2, how they were missiles. Then Revelations 21, how they're the elect. How about that?
All right.
So Rev 12.
You want that first?
Yes.
Okay.
Rev 12 and 7.
You got it?
Got it.
Okay, yep.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 7. And it was war in heaven.
And there was war in the sky because there's 3 heavens. Let's go to, what is that, Hebrews
Hebrews 1.
and 3?
Yeah.
Thank you. Hebrews 1 and 3 shows you how the Bible,
I got it.
the Bible speaks about 3 heavens. Heaven on earth, meaning rulership. Heaven in the sky, meaning the atmosphere. And the 3rd heaven, meaning the spiritual realm, which is why the temple referred to it as the holies of holies, being a pattern of the spirit realm where only the high priest could go in once a year, and that high priest was a shadow of Yahweh Shai, who's a high priest under the order of priest Melchizedek. Okay?
I believe it's Hebrews 1 and 2. Hebrews 1 and 2, it says, I'll start at verse 1. The Most High, who has sundry times and divers manners, spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets.
Yep, the Most High speaks by the prophets. Go and speak to them for me. Look at that. Look, Trump, don't tread on me.
Oh, wow.
See that division?
Spirit.
Didn't the Holy Spirit just bring out
That's the Spirit.
Rev 2?
I've seen a lot of that.
I mean, Isaiah 2. Good. Well, that's the season we're in. Okay?
Isaiah 19 and 2.
Yeah, I thought Isaiah 19 and 2. And Jake, they're not ready. They're not set up to be ready. You know, do you know what Jake is? They're like John Leguizamo in the movie Gamer. You ever see Gamer
Yeah.
with Gerald Butler?
Yeah.
Well, John Leguizamo character was just a janitor sweeping as bullets are flying by, and he got fucking blown away.
Yep.
He didn't have a gun. He wasn't a soldier. He was just a janitor sweeping and got blasted.
That's Jake.
That's Jake.
Sodom's children.
And John Leguizamo is Ephraimite. You know?
And it says, verse 2, Hebrews 1 and verse 2, hath in these last days spoken unto us.
In these last days. Okay? This is why when Yahweh Shai got on the cross, it started the last days. When Yahweh Shai got on the cross, Hebrews 9 and 26 lets you know that was the beginning of the last days commencing. Okay? So we've been on a countdown since Yahweh Shai died and rose again.
That's
All right? This is why Daniel 7 is a beautiful clock of prophecy that you check to understand where we at. So where we at? Well, where we at is in Babylon. Where we at is at the end. Where we at is at the door. Where we at is Esau's the end and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. All right?
And it says,
So while vocab's harassing you saying, do you know what Kwam Yasharala means? Do you know that we're at the end?
right. Verse 2, and it says, hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he have appointed heir of all things, by whom also
He pointed heir of all things. John 17 says authority was given unto me.
Yeah, yep.
You know?
And it says, by whom also he made the worlds.
Yep.
That was it right there, talking about the
No,
heavens.
no, there's another one. I think it's 3.
Hebrews 3.
Yeah, or 13 and 2.
Let's see.
I could grab it.
I know it's in Hebrews.
Yeah, I think it's 13 and 2 if I'm not mistaken. You
13
could go
2.
back, I'll grab it.
Okay. Now I was in.
But that precept is to prove there's more than one world if someone comes up talking John 3:16. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Okay, now I'm heading back to Exodus. Exodus 13 and verse 20. And it says, and they took their journey from Succoth and encamped in Etham in the edge of the wilderness. And that's talking about us, the Israelites. While we were in the wilderness after we got delivered out of ancient Egypt. Verse 21, and it says,
Well, I want that back in Rev, please.
oh, yeah.
Oh, 2 Corinthians 12 and 2. I called the wrong book. 2 Corinthians 12 and 2. Kratazaba, you still got Rev 12?
Yes.
So read Rev 12 again and 7, and then you precept that with the verse 2.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
Yeah, here it is.
I quoted the
Okay.
wrong book.
Okay.
I think right chapter, right verse, wrong book.
All right.
Yep.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 7. And there was war in heaven.
Boom, right there. So now let's find out what heaven. Read this.
2 Corinthians 12 and 2. I knew a man, anyhow, shy above 14 years
Which Apostle Paul is referring to the time that he was stoned to death by the Israelites. And when he got stoned to death, he actually died, and his spirit went to the spirit realm, but the Father sent him back down on earth.
That's heavy. And it says, whether in the body I cannot tell, or whether out of the body I cannot tell.
Right, like a dream. Like, man, did I dream that?
Right.
Man, did I dream that?
Right. It says, the Most High knoweth, such an one called up to the third heaven.
See, the third heaven. So now read that again, Kratazaba, and we have understanding what heaven this is talking about.
Yep, verse 7. And it's
And there was war. This is Revelation 12 and 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon.
Now check this out. Now this is the HNV, probably Hebrew New Version. No, it's HNV. Check that out. Now watch what it says. There was war in the sky.
oh, that's
See?
Yeah.
So that's talking about when the chariots come back. Maya Ka'ala, Daniel 12. Maya Ka'ala, Yahweh Shai, and Wa Maya Ka'ala. Wa, the host of heaven. Wa Rakabium, right? Yahweh Shai, Wa Maya Ka'ala, Wa Rakabium are going to enter this atmosphere, enter this realm, and there's going to be an altercation in the heavens because Esau has what? A sky force.
yeah.
Now Esau has an air force that's called the Blue Angels. So watch, it's going to say, watch, read it again.
And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon.
Yep.
And the dragon fought against his angel.
Boom. So Esau actually has fighter jets that are called Blue Angels. So you're going to witness a battle in the sky. You're going to Independence Day. That's where they got the breakdown for that movie. They didn't just come up with that. You see? They got that from the scriptures.
Blue angels right there.
Oh, see? Yep, the water. A witness. Okay, so you can keep.
So Independence Day basically got 7.
Yes, Yes.
12 and
Yep.
7.
yes, with a dramatization. That's why they get the happy ending.
Yep.
So we extrapolate, we pull out pieces of these movies that we need that coincide biblically, and then we cast away the bones that Hollywood adds in to basically make you think that it's going to be okay.
This right here, you have the U.S. Space Force. You know, like you said earlier, that Sky Force. You know?
Yep. And you can finish, I think, to verse 8.
And verse 8, and prevail not, neither was their place found any more in heaven.
So they lost. They're going to fight, but then they're going to lose. Okay? So Esau, the elites, their technology, they're going to fight against the return of Yahushua, which now a precept that with Revelations 1 and 7, which you can write down too, because that goes in with the chariots as well. Because back in the movie, day 1, which is spiritual, because that will be day 1. What proves that movie calling itself day 1 proves that that's day 1 of the kingdom?
Because Esau, he's fucking in slavery.
I need a scripture though.
Because
it was 2000 whatever, but it said it was day 1 now.
Is it what is it?
It was when we were in Egypt. The Lord said this will be the first day of the first month to you.
Right.
So the Lord changed time when we got delivered out of Egypt. So it don't matter if it's 2024, 2025. The Lord say, nah, this is year 1 for you. The Lord changed. Exodus 12 and 1.
Well, yeah, the water. Yeah.
Read that real
I know
quick.
it was an Exodus.
Check this out. Hey, check this out, brothers and sisters. It was year whatever in Egypt, but when the Lord was dealing with us, he said, today will be your, it ain't fucking March.
Right.
It ain't July. It's day 1 for you. Watch, read this.
Exodus 12 and 1.
Yep.
It says, and the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying,
Yep.
this month shall be unto you the beginning of months.
The beginning. So it could have been year whatever, month whatever, but the Lord said, this is the beginning for you. So he introduced us to a new moon, to the first day. Like with Noah. When Noah got into the ark, he had to wait 7 days till it started raining, but it rained on a Sabbath. So the Lord is cold, man. You know? So that was the point we wanted, proving that why it's called day 1, because that was day 1 of Jacob in power. You know? That was because Esau's the end. Scared, running. Don't chew chips, dead. And then that was Jacob. Power, glory. Laughing. Babylon falling. Day one.
Yeah.
That was day one, baby. So that movie was extremely spiritual. And then Esau and 2/3 had a little love connection, and 2/3 got destroyed, and Esau tried to get away too, you know? Which him getting on the ship was the elites in the bunker.
Oh, yeah.
So where we at?
Real quick, Exodus 12:2,
Yep,
finish it off.
yep.
And it says, it shall be the first month of the year to you.
So that was the first month, all right? So let's see. Let's watch this. Watch this. What year and what month did the children of Israel leave Egypt? Because there was time. Because remember, Egypt had, do you know how many days of the week Egypt had? 9. They had 9 days out of a week. So, guess what year it was we got delivered? 1446 BC.
Oh, wow.
144.
That's spiritual.
So we got delivered 144 BC.
Wow.
But the Lord said, this is the first month and the first year to you now. So I'm starting it over.
And now you're going to have the 144,000 be delivered out of this new Egypt.
Woo!
That's spiritual right there.
And I believe it's, let me see, I had looked it up. It was year 144 in like North Africa.
Oh, shit.
Remember I had showed you that map?
Yeah,
And it showed all the, because around, it ain't 2024 in fucking Guam. You know what I mean? It ain't Monday in New Zealand. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you can't think that it's 3 o'clock everywhere.
Right.
Like they say, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
You know? Let's keep going.
Back in Exodus 13 and verse 20, and it says, and they took their journey from Succoth, and they camped in Etham,
Yep.
at the edge of the wilderness.
So that's the point.
You went by the chariot, right?
You in 13?
Yeah.
Yes.
And it says, verse 21, and the Lord went before them day by, and the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud.
Now get, you got this written down. Now get Psalm 68 and 17. We're going to jump to that next.
Yep.
So hold that precept next, Kratazaba.
And it says,
So he went to them in a what?
and it says, in a pillar of a cloud.
So that's why when we're out and about, we'll look up and we go, man, look at that cloud though.
Yeah.
Like the other day I saw this cloud, which they call them lenticular clouds.
Yeah.
But the cloud had like a mushroom top to it above the rest of the clouds.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, that one looks different.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man. And it says, Exodus 13 and verse 21, it says to lead them the way.
So we were watching the cloud like this, and we're following it. Our people were following after a chariot that was camouflaging itself as a cloud. That's why in ID4 the chariot came out of the cloud.
Yeah.
You know?
And it says, and by night in a pillar of fire.
Which in World War I or World War II, it's recorded in history that UFOs helped in battle, and they called them Foo Fighters. And then what Esau did, I speak as a man, but what Esau did was create a rock band that was popularized after the death of Kurt Cobain, and they called themselves the Foo Fighters. So when you put in Foo Fighter, what comes up? Not a chair, not the account in World War I or II.
That rock band.
That rock band. Now let me just get the information so we all can know. Foo Fighter, UFO. Start using this Google. World War II.
Or two? Oh, okay.
Which World War II was the dog fights, like World War I in the sky. So it makes sense. Like Predators. In the movie Predator 2, why did the Predator go to Los Angeles? Because they was fighting. So it went where the action was. So why were there UFOs involved in World War II? Because they was fighting in the sky.
Yep.
So what's up? We in it too.
And speaking of predator, you know, those predators, they symbolize the angels.
Yep.
You know?
Now what proves that Predator 2 is an angel according to the scriptures? Because in the movie Predator 2, the Predator fought Danny Glover. In the scriptures, Jacob wrestled with an angel. And then at the end, when Danny Glover defeated the angel, the predator, excuse me, the other predator gave him a blessing, which was a gun. So that proves it right there. Predator 2 is nothing more than a dramatization of Jacob wrestling the angel and his name being changed to Yasharallah.
I got that comment on it.
Yep.
This the book of Genesis, chapter 32 and verse 25.
Which Esau admitted that there's an ancient, forgotten fighting style that Hebrew Israelites fought in, and they recognize King David had that style, but they don't know what it is today. Psalms 144 and 1, the Lord teaches my fingers to fight, you know? So we got fighting styles too. What do they call it? Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. A lot of those Brazilians, which Elder Pastor Har said, so I looked into it, which is true, a lot of those Brazilians are Judites because the slave ship stopped in Brazil. Yeah, capoeira. Benjamin. Banana way. Yeah. Hell yeah. Hey, brother, you moving too. Yeah, I'm backing up.
Dancing about to hit you and shit.
Eddie Gordo, exactly. Benjamin.
Eddie,
Yep.
Now this is Genesis 32 and verse 24. And it says, and Jacob was left alone,
Yaiquab.
and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. And when he saw that
So there was a man, you ever see Jake, what they do? They lock heads. They like this.
Yeah, yeah.
They start fighting. That's Jake's spirit. Brother, y'all brothers know that, man. You know what I mean? Like you were younger, you be with brothers, what y'all do? Y'all wrestle. You
all day long.
All right, you got it.
Yeah.
You know? As Israelite men, we're aggressive. You know, Benjamin, you know, you know, we're aggressive people. You know, I know this one Jake, he says, I'm not yelling at you, this is how I talk.
Yeah.
But that's really him. And people get, you're rude.
sensitive.
You're rude. See, Israelite men, the masculinity of us is a forgotten breed that's still present in Babylon. Go on YouTube. You got Jakes right now having face-off and pull-up and dip contests.
Yep.
Look like they're straight out of Pelican Bay in the borough.
Yep.
But that's why they're effeminizing to the max, because they want to get rid of that. They want to get rid of that DMX spirit.
Yep.
They want to get rid of that masculine Rough Rider spirit.
When I used to work in corporate, I had to present myself a certain way.
Yep.
I had to tone down my masculinity.
Yep.
Esau's afraid.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Of being a real man.
Yep.
Yeah, truly.
That's why you see a lot of effeminate men in that type of
Yep.
setting. They're afraid.
And women, in their spirit, they desire us as real men, but the demon on them likes those effeminate men. You know?
Yeah. Back in Genesis 32.
Because they'll be like, getting your, you know, show me your, what do you need to see my soft side for?
What the fuck is a soft side, man?
You hear a knock in the middle of the night, you want me to be soft then?
Right.
You know? Now, of course, we're not just walking through the house looking like Samuel and Black Stink Moan, but you know what I'm saying? Like, we got an edge to us because we have to. We're behind enemy lines, all right? Just buy the colored drapes you want. I don't care. We have bigger shit to worry about, you know? Because, see, women have a different nature than us, but them being so lost, they think that we gotta want that too.
Right.
No, that's your role. You like folding socks and buying new sheets. I like feeling it, but that's your job. That's not mine.
Yeah.
My job's to build a house.
Yeah.
Noah built. Hey, what did my man James Brown said? And Noah built an ark, right?
Yeah.
It said Noah built the ark, not his women. You don't know how to cut that gopher wood, baby. You ain't had the miter box back then.
It's a man's world.
You ain't had the deck screws.
Right.
You ain't had the measuring tape in the level, like a little to the left. You ain't had to worry about that.
Man.
That's our job.
Yeah.
We're the builders, you know?
Truly.
We make life.
Yeah.
You just house it,
Yeah.
you know? But you say you just live here.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's why, you know, that this wicked ass word is upside down, because they cater to the woman.
Israelite men created the earth.
Yeah.
Make me want to grab that dirt right there.
Yeah,
He said,
man.
make me want to just snatch it off you. But he said, you know what I mean? When you think back, like, yo, I can't make dirt.
Man.
But we be like, God made dirt, dirt don't hurt.
Yeah.
Put it in your mouth and let it work.
trees,
Right?
all that.
But we ain't make that though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if we're the elect, we did.
Yeah.
But man can't replicate that. Esau replicates leaves with plastic.
Yeah.
You know? I got this dirt for you.
well, women are so proud they forget that they came from a man.
Yep.
You know, like Israelite men created you.
Yep.
Even in
Adam and Eve.
yeah, Adam and Eve. Eve came out of Adam.
Out of his line, not his body.
Out of his line is what I'm going to say. His lineage.
Yep.
Right.
And the Lord put the deep sleep on him of a sense of forgetfulness of family,
Yep.
but take her to be the wife. You see, when you go into the history of the Bible, there's things that now we can't do. Now you can't leave. Like there's Jacob got Rachel and Leah, but now we can't get sisters because that'll vex them.
Yeah.
But there were things that the Lord allowed, but now that would be against the law. Like at the time, the Lord allowed Ammon and Moab to be born through Lot and his daughters, but now you can't do that. You know?
Back in Genesis 32 and verse 24. And there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. Damn. From who? And when
So they wrestled, they didn't fight.
for a long
It was a
time.
grappling. You know, it was a technical match.
Yeah.
You know, like technical fighters,
Yeah.
they lock up.
Yep.
You know, and
Yeah.
wrestling show you, but really MMA.
Yeah.
MMA really shows you the skill or the craft of the technicalities of fighting.
Yeah.
You know,
Very detailed.
and that's what's gonna be when the angels get back. You know, it's gonna be just an onslaught. You know,
And
flanking them. You know, going over, showing themselves there, then appearing here. You know, keep going.
And it says, and when he saw that he prevailed not against him,
So the angel couldn't prevail against Jacob.
he touched the hollow of his thigh.
So he touched his thigh and put it out of joint. Just like that.
And the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of a joint as he wrestled with him.
Yep.
And he said, let me go.
So you have Israelite men that'll actually fight in MMA and a bone could break or get dislocated, but they won't tap out.
Yeah.
You've actually seen that. And then the ref has to step in like, match over.
Yeah.
Match is over. See,
Like
keep,
your shoulder being out of socket or
yep,
some shit.
yep. And Jacob keep going.
And it says,
Should the black woman like that right now? She was doing a powerlifting competition. She lifted this barbell over her shoulders, dislocated her finger. She rested that shit on her collarbone, put it back in place, and then lifted. I said, that ain't my wife.
hell no.
You a little too tough. I like my steak well done, but damn, you a little too tough. You know what I'm saying? You good?
Oh, man. She'll bully you around.
Right. Like you fighting over the blankets. You gotta think
Hell
if you
no.
should.
She
You know,
got
nah.
demons in her.
Nah. Well, I just saw a show where the cops were arresting a black woman and they said she was unusually strong. What do you
Yeah.
think? She
I was
got.
watching a lesson by the other brother, and the other brother, Gms Hawaii, and the brother he said that Eve got the strength of 10 men.
Yeah,
Because she be
Demon.
fighting Jake.
because she's got demons on her.
Yeah.
That bit, a lot of these women, especially the black women, are walking legions.
Yeah.
Because they have so many chemicals of men
Yup.
inside them went to their brain. Now they don't know how to act. You know?
And then you add the curses. It says she's not delicate.
Yeah, yup.
Then you add the environment.
Yep.
What's up, brother?
Come on,
Then you
come on.
sprinkle a little bit of single mother.
Ah, man.
So now she has a demon of independence, and I gotta do what I gotta do.
Yep.
So she's really hurt. So that hurt she uses as her superpower.
Yep. Well, now that they're independent, now a woman they get drafted to the war.
Yep.
You know, they have the power to be enlisted.
So they're gonna get taped to a tank. You know? Keep going.
And it says, verse 26, yes, 26. And he said, let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me. And he said unto him,
And this is the account before Jacob had to go before his brother Esau. So he got a blessing before he had to deal with his brother.
And he said unto him, what is thy name? And he said, Jacob. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel.
So this is the account why we call ourselves Israelites today. Okay? We don't call ourselves Jacobites.
Right.
We call ourselves Israelites.
Yep. For as a prince hast thou power with the Most High.
Boom! Yah Shar Allah. Yah He Shar Prince Allah power.
Yep.
So that's like Mayaka Allah,
Yeah.
who is like the Most High. Who's like the Most High? Yah Shar Allah.
Yep.
Because they are princes of the power.
Yep.
So that solidified our position as power next to our Father.
That's fire.
You know?
And it says, "For as a prince has thou power with the Most High and with the men, and has prevailed." And that was the point right there.
Okay, so now back to
Exodus.
yep, you got to go to 22, and then we're going to jump to Psalm 68 and 17. Or Psalms, what are you holding? Psalm 68 and 17?
That's when you call for, right?
Yeah, you can read 4, then 17. So put Psalm 68 and 4 with Psalm 68 and 17. We'll get a few more chariot scriptures, then let's jump to Joel too.
All right. Back in Exodus 13:21.
Yep.
And it says, "To lead them the way, and by night in the pillar of fire."
So in Jacob's trouble, you can expect a chariot to guide you. You know, hey, come this way. Remember the angel guided Apostle Peter out of prison, and he smote him out. I'm sorry, but he didn't he though?
He hit
like,
him.
After I saw the angel in the Los Angeles camp, I said, now I can see how the angel like, yo, get up.
Yeah. It's like it's urgent. Like,
It was like all steer.
yeah, I gotta, because the Lord sent me here to deliver you. So hey, I'm following orders. So you got to get up.
Get your ass up.
And Peter thought he was dreaming.
Yep.
And it says, verse 21, "In the night, and by night in the pillar of fire."
And a night, a pillar of fire. Now, how many times have you looked in the sky and you've seen a multicolor star shining?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We actually seen a red star follow us home, and then it split into two.
Split into two.
But it was a red one, right? So that's like the fire.
Yep.
But back then, you know, it was more power to it, closer. You know, like the couple saw the glowing
Sun.
Yeah, the glowing
chariot.
sun.
Yep.
Let me show that. You read that again, please.
Yep. It says, "To lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire, to give them light," right to you know, so that way Jay can see, you know?
Exactly.
Because they're in the wilderness.
Exactly.
It's complete darkness.
Exactly.
And it says to give them light to go by day and night. So by daytime it was, you know, they were under a cloud, you know, for shade, right? So on and so forth, you know, to be, you know, guided, right? And then by night it was a pillar of fire, meaning a pillar of light, right? And it says, verse 22, "He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people." So that means the Lord was with us. You know, the Lord's still with us. You see?
Well, the sun's shining.
Right, that's right. That's in Jeremiah. And that was the point right there.
Okay.
Then it says Psalm 68 and verse
4 and then 17.
Okay. Oh yeah, you got the crop top.
This is the book of Psalms, verse 68, verse 4. "Sing unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, sing praises in his name. Exhort him that rideth upon the heavens
Yep.
by his name, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, and rejoice before him.
Yep.
A father of the fatherless and a judge of the widows is power in his holy habitation."
Now 17.
Yep, verse 17.
Which this is going to increase. Yep, verse 17. Yeah.
Okay. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 68 and 17. "The chariots of the Most High are 20,000,
Woo!
even thousands of angels.
Yep.
The Lord is among them, as in Sinai and the holy place."
Damn, wow.
You want me to keep reading?
That was it, Slakia. You can read that one more time.
Yeah,
The
wow.
chariots of Yahweh, of the Lord.
Which that word chariot is rakab. That's how you get the word for so-called UFO. Rakab. R-A-K-A-B. Which let me see we could even write it out. What how many characters? It'd be 3. It'd be the Ra. Let me see, flip it over around.
Oh, sorry.
So right here, Rakab, right here, Ra, and R-A, Kab, and then Ba. So you'd put a connector. So it'd be 3 characters. Ra, Ka, Ba.
Yeah.
Rakab. We could write it out. We have to get a whiteboard and start writing it out.
Yeah.
You know?
For the sheep.
Get into some Hebrew.
Yep.
Yep.
The chariots of of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai are 20,000.
Yep, so multitude. Now precept that with Jude 1
Yep.
and what is that? 10, 11.
And,
You can precept that right away with Jude.
let's see.
And then we're gonna jump to Joel.
14.
Yep, Jude now, yep. Psalms 68:17, precept Jude 1 and 14.
Hope that shit not open over here.
No, there's a ATM that people can use.
Oh, okay. I got it right here.
Okay, you got that, Jude? Okay, so now we're going to go to Jude. And then from there, let's jump into Joel 2 to go into the aspects of what's coming in the third woe. Because the chariots are going to be here in the midst of mandatory marking and the third woe, you know? So we're prophesizing that there's going to be vehicles in the sky in the end days, you know?
The last days.
The last days.
Last days.
You got it. Jude 1 and 14.
This is the book of Jude, chapter 1 and verse 14. And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, Behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000 of his saints.
Boom. So what are the saints going to be on? They're going to be on in chariots.
Yep.
And then you could use Ezekiel 1 to prove that statement, to solidify that breakdown. Because when Ezekiel saw the angels, they saw the chariots that were like spiritually connected to him. So wherever the angel went, the chariot followed. You know, like I said, I speak as a man, but if you see an angel walking on the earth, then potentially you could be seeing his chariot above him. Or if you see a chariot flying in the sky, potentially it could be an angel on the ground walking around, following him. You see? But these are going to be instances that are going to increase in the last days. You saw angels at the Cowboys and Redskins game. Now brothers are bringing out a man standing behind them,
Yes.
which they believe through faith was an angel. And that man was a dark-skinned man, which proves the people in the Bible look like us. But the world has lied to you. But you can only lie for so long and say, he looks like me, until who he said he looks like comes down and you say he don't look like him. So you could say, yep, you too. You could say that it looks like a so-called white man. He says, who I call Jesus looks like me. Then when Yahushua comes and stand there,
Right.
he really don't look like you, does he? You know?
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Keep going.
Yep, you got it.
All right. This is the book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 14. Oh, verse 15 of chapter 1, verse 15. To execute judgment upon all.
So the chariots are to come. Now makes me think of what? World War of the Worlds. But going back to this movie, day one, they came and executed nothing but judgment. And you say judgment in the Hebrew, it's mashapat.
Yep.
Or judgments is mashapat yum.
Right.
Okay? So they brought mashapat yum to where people were hiding in sewers. They were hiding in makeshift buildings and churches and shelters. And they all were standing there petrified. You had people covering their mouths with gashes, and they weren't even screaming. They were so afraid because just a clothing rip, you know,
Man.
a little dap, a little stamp,
Anything.
a wheelchair wheel moving, and they were on you.
A whole herd of them.
A herd of them covering the street, and then when they'd run, whatever was in their path just was crumbling around them. That was straight judgment, man.
Smashing cars. They were kicking around dead bodies like it's a piece of feather.
Yep.
It was
And they
nothing to
weren't
them.
eating them; they were just killing them.
Man.
But isn't that how Esau gonna be hiding? Mm-hmm. His bunkers and his angels gonna be down like, what's that? You heard something?
Yep.
Right there.
Yep. The elect.
Yep.
The elect.
Oh.
Yep. So what were we holding?
I have Joel 2
Okay. Did you finish Enoch? There's a little more.
in verse 15. Yeah.
This is Jude. You want me to go to
Read 15.
okay. To execute judgment upon all and to convince
Yep. Or condemn, or convict.
Yeah.
Find guilty.
Yep.
all that are ungodly
Wicked Israelites and the rest.
among them of all their ungodly deeds
Which they ungodly commit.
which they have ungodly committed,
Yep.
and of their hard speeches which ungodly sinners have spoken against thee.
So that means in Jacob's trouble, Jake is going to regret teaching you to have sex on the Sabbath. They're going to regret calling on Christ. They're going to regret marching down the street with fringes on. You know, there's going to be a lot of regret in Jacob's trouble from what these Israelites have been doing with their time and what's been occupying them. You see? Because, let me get that in Peter's. It says the time remaining. This is the second time it came to mind. So we have to get that. This is 1 Peter's 4 and 2. It says that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lusts of men, but to the will of Yahweh. So you now waking up to who you are, your time should not be occupied with just unity barbecues, unity high holy days, festivities. You should be locking in into the spirit and the severity of what's going on. Okay? And when you don't do that, that mind is going to condemn you when Jacob's trouble appears before you. All right? So we finished Jude. Now let's go into Joel, the 2nd chapter, proving that these destroyers were also the missiles. All right?
Now this is the book of Joel, excuse me,
Right at the top.
Joel 2, and verse 1, and it says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion.
Right, which we're doing. Isaiah 58 and 1. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
Yep.
Shew my people their transgressions and Jacob their sins. Okay?
And it says,
Which majority of the time, we're showing Israelites that know they're Israelites their sins. Now, we'll get on niggas and niggettes, but for the most part, in the spirit, we understand if they're not coming up here listening and learning because the Lord's not dealing with them. So we're not running around marching, grabbing up black women and throwing dresses on them. You know what I mean? Because we get why they're like that.
Right.
But so really the Holy Spirit gets on the circumcision. Keep going. Which y'all don't do.
Yep.
Y'all, IUIC will jump on a challenged in the mind Jake, who's in a Gentile state, before he jumps on another camp teaching what you say is not the true doctrine.
Yeah.
You join with Sakari, but Sakari teaches the name. So why don't you correct them? They believe, now I'm not trying to sow discord, I'm just calling out the hypocritical obvious, what I see. They teach the MOTB is what we teach, but you say shout out to those brothers. But they're telling you that it's a C-hip when you say it's not. See that? So y'all can be unified in wickedness, but not in righteousness.
Right.
Which Jeremiah dealt with that. Let's go to Jeremiah 9 real quick. Get a quick slip jab before we go back to our initial point. Because this is defending the gospel. And hey, the gospel is a 12-round fight. So you might get a couple slips in before you go back to the initial combo and haymaker. This is Jeremiah 9 and 3. It says, and they being the wicked Israelites, and they bend their tongues, shala, right? Right? And they bend their tongues like they're bold for lies.
Yep.
So they'll pronunciate a word to lie to you. Sister, that's the lie to your ass. Fringe, that's the lie to you.
Yeah. And that's why the wicked shepherds.
Yep.
This is the book of Job, chapter 4, verse 8. Even have I seen they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. They're going to reap the same for what they've sown.
Yep. Just like, what's that, Galatians?
You reap what you sow. So going back, you want to reap unity and barbecues and jerk chicken, you know, because you got a lot of Benjamites here. Hey, you're gonna have to deal with that in Jacob's trouble. You were playing around. You want to just focus on marriages and women.
Yep.
Well, you're gonna. That's what you're gonna receive in Jacob's trouble.
Yep.
The fruit that comes with that, and that slothfulness and nothingness.
Yep.
You know, that shit makes you weak. Even in the world, they'll tell you about a man. Once he gets in a relationship, he loses his gains. You might have met her at the gym. You going hard. Shoulders is right. Back is good.
Yep.
Chest is where you want it. You meet your little gym crush.
Little bitch.
Now y'all eating, having cheat days, right? You stop going to the gym. It's Netflix
Damn.
and chill. You know?
And
I'm paying for the food and the bill.
Yep. And now you like distant from the brothers, friends.
Now you shalom.
You know?
Got the dad bod. Nah, man. We can't be like that.
This is Acts 4 and 12.
And y'all shouldn't want us like that.
Right.
This
You know?
is Acts 4 and 12. Neither is there any salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven which given among men whereby we must be saved.
And that name is Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
So call on Yahweh Shai. Because when the time comes where you're going to need to be saved, the only way out is going to be calling on the name Yahweh Shai. Okay? It ain't going to be a death angel coming through with a checklist and checking off all the laws you live by. But the Lord so called, even if it did, it'll find one that you didn't live by, and now you've been found guilty. You know, now you've been found guilty. Are we good here, brother? Okay, thank you. We appreciate that. Thank you. Yep, so Wadi Abashmal Shai. Read that one more time, please.
This is Acts 4 and 12. Neither is there salvation in any other.
Neither is there salvation in any other. Okay? So you brothers out there, what you already know. See, let me say this too. The Lord's flock is of men.
That's right.
So the men of Israel are designed different. Let's let judgment go. Go get him. Go do your job. Go bring that Narcan. Yeah. Yep. So the brothers were built different. All right? And you sisters are now finding that out. You're now waking up and realizing the potential and the responsibility that the Israelite man was created to live in. That's to serve Yahweh Shemel Shai. Because you could have an Israelite woman get with an Israelite man and she'll see, damn, he's just constantly on fire. He's always filtering his actions scripturally and you know, there's no day off for him. You know, and you'll realize that because that's who we were created to be. Yep. What is the whole duty of man? To serve Yahweh Shemel Shai. Yep. That's what we're created to be.
And that sounds like something just popped in my head, and that sounds like the kung fu that you were the fighting style, the ancient fighting style of David. The scriptures. Yeah. How to defend, deflect with the scriptures.
Yep.
When somebody comes to attack you.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's stirred up your pure mind by the way of remembrance. Right. So now we remembered. Oh, you know, like you had the movie Jackie Chan, Who Am I? The whole movie's like, who am I? You got that song by Joel Santana, Who Am I? Who am I? Yep. Because in his spirit, because see, you got chains of darkness. So the Lord loosened the chains. Like he said, he was displeased with the heathen because they furthered the affliction. So the Lord loosened the chains through Yahweh Shai for us to get a clearer understanding of what's going on.
I'm gonna grab that real quick.
All right, where were we at?
Joel 2. Then I think he's done with his precept. He had Joel 2 after that.
Oh, no other name.
Yeah, Acts 4 and 12.
Yeah, but your quick one.
This is 2 Peter 3 and 1. It says, "This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, and both which I stir up your pure minds."
Yep, and Shalom, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Karkadas, Thumb, to the Akyam and Akwath.
And it says, "In both which I stir up."
Yep, stir it up. You know, it got open.
Yeah.
You know, it got open spiritually.
Yeah.
You had that movie, Hannibal Lecter. Remember, he opened Ray Liotta's brain.
Yeah, damn.
Some of you Jakes need your brain. Yeah. You need a surgery, man.
Or you got that picture of the Jake slave with the chain in his head.
Yeah.
And he had to unlock it.
Yeah. Yep.
It says, "In both which I stir up," and I believe that word "stir" it means to be rendered active. It says, "Stir up your pure minds," meaning your pure minds to who we are as Israelites serving Yahweh Shema Shai, right? Because it says, serve the Lord 10 times more because we have went astray. And it says, by way of remembrance. You see? Just like in Dragon Ball Z, Goku, he didn't know that he was Goku because he had hit his head.
Paul had to tell him.
Yeah.
Who was Vegeta.
Right.
Because Vegeta was persecuting the church first.
Yep.
And he Kakarot.
Yeah. You're a Super Saiyan.
You're a Super Saiyan.
Wake up. Then, long and behold, it came true.
Which Goku's northern.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And Vegeta's southern. You know?
So back in Joel 2, and start verse 1, It says.
Good. Yeah, I want that. You had that Acts?
Yeah, I said
Oh,
that.
okay, you got it.
Read that one more time, please.
This is Acts 4, verse 4 and chapter 4, verse
12. Yep, it's good.
4 verse 12. Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men, whereby we must be saved.
And as an Israelite, you have to understand the severity of that statement being made in the presence of the Levitical priesthood and sacrifice in the temple, having the altar, being in Jerusalem. That's a high-level act of faith, because that, if you don't have understanding, could be a violation of Deuteronomy, the 13th chapter,
Yep.
coming up with another God. That's why they wanted to stone him, because he was saying, but he said, but wait, in your law it says you're gods.
Yeah.
So how you gonna come at me?
Yeah.
See, you gotta remember Yahushua is a stumbling rock of offense. Okay, now that we made that statement, now let's go to Joel 2 to prove how in the movie Day One, those destroyers coming down were also missiles.
Yeah. This is Joel 2 and verse 1.
Oh, I didn't finish mine. Real quick.
Oh, okay.
Jeremiah 9 and 3.
Yeah.
And they bend their tongues like their bow for lies, but they are not valiant for truth upon the earth. This is why other camps don't correct other camps.
Yep.
It says,
And that means what? That they have a spirit of being a respecter of persons.
yep,
And that's all.
yep.
Because when it comes to the doctrine, you got to follow the law, the guidelines of the Lord.
That's like in the street where they got like the GDs ain't dealing with the 60s, but y'all over there, we over here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you don't cross over here, we don't cross over there.
Yeah.
And it says, for they proceed from evil to evil, and they know not me, saith the Lord. So that's why Yahushua said it's blasphemy for them to call themselves Israelites, because they're not Israelites.
Right.
They're Greeks. They're calling on Christ. They're calling on Serapis Christus.
Literally.
You know?
They call it IAYC, Israel United, and the C word.
Yeah.
It says, Joel 2 and verse 1, blow ye the trumpet in Zion,
Yep.
and sound an alarm on my holy mountain.
So all these lessons are the trumpet being blown, you know? Just like how the angels are getting ready to prepare to blow their trumpets, which is going to be the destruction.
That's right.
You read that in Revelations, the 8th chapter, going into the destruction of the missiles. John saw a great mountain burning. He saw the compiling of the nuclear missiles at once powering down on Babylon.
Ooh.
You know? Just
Ooh.
beating
Man.
this bitch down. Like how bills,
Yeah.
like that meme, this is you, here's rent,
Right.
bills,
Car
taxes,
insurance.
car insurance, the nigga with the Timbs, that's gonna be the missiles.
Yeah.
And Babylon gonna be like this. You know?
That's how it was in the movie. It was just shooting down. Everything was getting destroyed.
Yes.
The bridges, everything.
Yep. And
Establishments.
now read Rev 1 and 7 real quick. And all eyes seen it too.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 7.
Yep.
And behold, he cometh with clouds.
Yep.
And every eye shall see him. And they also which perceive him.
Pierced
and-
him.
Salaki.
You good? Read it
And
again.
pierced him.
Yep.
And all kindreds of the earth shall bewail because of him.
Yep.
Even so, amen.
And that's what they were doing. Ah!
Yeah.
That's how they ah! Oh my God. They were in pain.
You had men screaming like that.
Yep. You had the dude was foreborn to fight. He was as a woman.
Yeah.
He said he followed a black woman to his death. Oh, no. Well, he didn't die. She died, but he ended up dying. That's what I'm gonna say. Because we got the prophecy. Just because the movie don't show it, don't mean it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
These movies. Remember, Hollywood is witchcraft. Hollywood goes back to holly tree, and they would take wood from a holly tree and create wands. All right,
Yeah.
and not an Ephraimite. Not wands. And they would take these wands and they would do witchcraft
Yeah,
with it. That's why the Egyptians threw down their staff.
Yeah, yep.
Remember?
Yeah. And in that movie, it's gonna be excuse me. In the movie, you had the man following the woman.
Yep.
But prophecy is gonna be the whole other way around. You're gonna have the woman follow the Israelite man, the elect man, because it say what's Isaiah.
If she's set up,
yeah, if she's set up.
if she's set up to be one of the blessed women that will take hold of that Israelite man.
Yeah, yep.
You know?
because it says what's that? 7 women shall take hold of one man.
A complete number of women.
And were you done with that revelation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So that would you could leave that one with the chariots, and then now we're gonna go into the missiles.
Back in Joel 2 on verse 1, and it says, "Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble."
Right. So the people in that movie were trembling. You know, they were afraid. They were petrified. People died of just fear.
Yeah.
Literally fear. They couldn't even control. Remember when you were a child and you got hit and you said, right? You couldn't stop it. So in Jacob's trouble, these people are going to have uncontrollable emotions that they're not going to be able to control to stop from the judgment that's coming. So this shit going to change the dynamic of reality that people walk in. Pride is going to leave the building. Humbleness is going to go viral. Fear is going to go viral. Okay? Ain't going to be a city girl summer, you know? City boy winning, none of that, man. Everybody's going to deal with it. Everybody's going to be in pain.
And it says, "For the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand."
Right, it's nigh. We're living in a time where the end is going to come. Do you know what we're doing right now? It's the words that we're being inspired to say is getting ready to come to pass.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to come a time in our future where we're going to look back and remember the Lord used us to stand out here as we're watching it go down. So you got to understand the severity that's on our mind, man. You know, just relax. Ain't time to relax. Now we have a happy medium in our life, you know, where, you know, we know how to balance.
Yeah.
But this is one thing that's constantly on mind. Like an athlete who's on his way to the world championship. He could be with his woman. He said, "I'm here to pick up my son." You know, he could do all that. But in the back of that man's mind, that championship.
Yeah.
Now,
right.
you had a woman that's going viral that said that men aren't the prize. Go to the online etymology and look up the definition of prize so we can prove this unstable creature is incorrect in a statement that she made. But what social media has become is a condemnation board for all you people's judgment that will be justified in the day of the Lord. Y'all gonna be found guilty for what your ass was doing on social media. Social follow, media, goddess of illusion. So you're all under a spell. And the fire is gonna sober that spell up off your ass, man. You got it?
Yeah. Now, pride just says,
Don't fucking tell us we ain't the prize. The Lord gonna show us that we don't need you people to show us we're the prize. We're gonna rest our head on the Lord's shoulder, you know, in the spirit. Remember, he said he rested in his bosom. You got it, brother?
yeah. Now it says, "Value, worth, reward."
Yep. I need the first one.
It says, "That which is obtained
Yep.
or offered as a reward of exertion or contest."
Yep. They that run,
Yep.
strive lawfully. They that run not to the swift. It goes. When you go into the word defend, and it goes into contest.
Yeah.
Let me get that. See, all you people do is through the Holy Spirit is inspire us to bring more edification. Jeremiah said it was fire within me. So all you people do is just inspire us to keep going, man. Which the Lord inspires us first and foremost.
And another definition of the prize, when you go down, it says to estimate the value of, or value highly, going back to what you said about the men being a prize, the Israelite elect man, because it says that a man shall be purchased, more precious than fine gold, you know? So you women out here, you got it twisted, because the elect man, he's the prize. You're not the prize, but that man of the Lord is. And it says...
Yeah, because if that was the case, it would have said the 12 tribes of Sarah.
Yeah.
It don't say that. It says the 12 tribes of Jacob.
Yeah, of Israel.
12 tribes of Israel. You know, it don't say the 12 tribes of Leah.
And it says...
Right, though? Even the sisters know that.
Yeah.
But this is what we're up against, because we're in the valley of the shadow of death, and the queen of heaven is popping out here. It's a queen of heaven demon, you know? I was picking up some material for work, and this woman told this Jake, she said, "Don't you know this is a woman's world?" And I ain't say nothing. I'm trying to get in and get out. And I said, all right, bitch, you'll see. You know?
That was it right there.
What goes into victory?
Let's see. Oh yeah. It says reward or symbol of victory.
Yep. See? Reward, or in that get Revelations 15 and 2.
It says anything worth striving for.
Boom. So we are the prize, and we're chasing after the prize. Now it said victory, so Revelations 15 now.
This is Revelation chapter 15 and verse 2, and it says, and I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stood on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High.
Yeah, we're going to be in a chariot. So we were talking about chariots. What you could end the breakdown for chariots if you would have went chronologically with Isaiah, I think it's 29 and 6, or when it goes, come into thy chambers.
26.
And 26.
Yep.
That's how you would end that account. Then you would precept that with Rev 15, showing from where you went in the chamber to what you be doing when you got in it, which would be looking down at Babylon saying, burn, baby, burn. You know? Because that's what's it's gonna burn. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing.
Isaiah 26 verse 20. It says, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers.
Because it said they heard a voice. Revelations 18, which let's get that. Revelations 18, if we're talking about the chariots, it says, I heard a voice saying, come up out of her, my people. That's going to be literal. All right? You just had a brother who had a dream, and he said that he heard a voice in the sky. You got that Revelations 18, I think it's 3 or 4.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18. And after, you said 3 or 4?
18, I think it's 3.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Or 5. I heard a voice.
Try verse 4.
I think 4 is reached in the heavens. It might be after that.
Okay, I heard a voice.
Yep.
And I heard, verse 4, and I heard a voice. I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins.
Yep.
And that ye receive not her plague.
Boom. Now that's the end for the chariots. Now the plague leads us into the nukes. Zechariah 14 and 12. What is the plague in Revelations 18? Zechariah 14 and 12 now, which goes into Joel 2, right? Let's read that. Zechariah 14 and 12.
I got you.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah.
Read it.
And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord.
Boom. So it said, so you receive not of her plague. Now we go to Zechariah to find out what this plague is. What Zechariah was a contemporary in the Nehemiah and Ezra's empire under the Persians. And Zechariah was used to prophesy to our people, I believe, to keep building. And so Zechariah was given a prophecy of the destruction of Babylon, and he was all the way in the Persian Empire.
I believe that was Haggai as well too, right?
I think so. I think so.
But he was. But
Yeah, I'm speaking about Zechariah right now.
Okay.
Yep. So read this account, because this was way back. This was way back when.
And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
So he was getting this vision while the restoration of the temple was being rebuilt. Okay, keep going.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
Boom, which is a double meaning, because not only is it going to be the nukes, but the vision that Esau has planned is going to burn up, and his talk of his plans is going to burn up right with him too. So that's twofold. You see that? And that was in the time of Zechariah, you know? So that's high level, man. So now we know that's the plague, speaking about Rev 18, right? So now we go back to Joel 2.
All right. Back in Joel 2 and verse 2, it says, a day of darkness and of gloominess.
Ooh! Hold on real quick. This is the Most High's will. 1 Corinthians 9 and 24, NLT. Don't you realize that in a race, everyone runs, but only one person gets the prize. So run to win.
Yep.
So we out here to win. You know?
Right.
We're not out here to lose. We're out here to win. And you know what? The Spirit's been on me heavy is to really tap in to the faith with confidence. You can't humble yourself out of the Lord with you. You got to believe the Lord's with you. You got to have faith. You can't be like, oh, man, you know, I was wicked the other day. Man, no, wicked or not. If you're the elect, it don't matter what you did. If you're of the elect, it don't matter what you did. Now, we all individually work on things with our personal selves, but no matter what, at the end of the day, what you're working on, it shouldn't dictate if you're of the elect or not. Either you are or you ain't, you know? Paul's of the elect, and look what he did. It was like he was with another king. It was like he started off in IUIC. Yeah. And then he got humbled and converted, and he entered Great Millstone, you know?
And it says, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there have not been ever the like.
You read that again? We got to break that down.
Yep, I got you. It says, a day of darkness and of gloominess.
Yep, like that movie showed. Once those destroyers came, it was dark, black smoke. Every time they stepped out to the public street, like right here, if you look at the street, and everyone, it was all burned, it was all smoky. You know, there was nothing left.
It was desolate.
There was nothing left. There was no people hanging, cheering, world starring. It was all destruction. Everything was just destruction.
It says, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. And guess what's going to be really dark? Because of the chariots. You know, because of that great mountain that Edra saw in 2nd Edge 13, talking about Yahweh's fathership, or his chariot. And it says, a great people and a strong.
Now, who's this great people that are strong? In Joel, the 2nd chapter. That's never the like, nor will be. Well, it says, never the like, but never will be again.
Oh, the Edomites.
Nope. The missiles. Watch, read it again. Joel 2's talking about the nuclear missiles.
Yep. It says, a great people and a strong.
Yep, because remember, it says the Lord opened his armory.
Yeah, yep.
So the missiles are part of the Lord's armory. And those were created, which fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, the waster to destroy. Do you know that scripture? Isaiah 54, the waster to destroy. Let's get it. Isaiah 54. Let's get that real quick for him.
Okay, got you. This is Isaiah 54.
16.
And verse 16. And it says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
Right, so the smith is talking about the scientists. Project Manhattan, okay, Fat Man, Little Boy.
Yep.
Hiroshima, Nagasaki, where they were able to split the atom, capsulize it, and turn it into a weapon. Keep going. 1945. Keep going.
And that bringeth forth an instrument for his work.
The instrument is the carrier of the warhead, because the missile isn't what's destroyed; it's the warheads that are within it. Right. That's on Revelations 9. It basically says, in their heads they do hurt, referring to the warheads that are being used in the intercontinental ballistic missile. Because you got to look at the ICBM is nothing more like an arrow. What hurts you? Not the wood that is holding the point. Yeah. The point of the arrow is what kills you.
Arrowhead.
You know, you could shoot a piece of wood at somebody, it might bruise them. The warhead, like a bullet. It's not the shell, it's the metal that gets shot out. Yep. So that's what it is. So it's the arrow tip that kills you. It's the warheads that explode. All right, so read this again.
And it says, behold, I created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
So the Lord created the scientists that ultimately had the ability to break down this into a periodic table sense and add enough elements that could create an explosion. And it was so dangerous that the men that partook in this creation ended up dying. They would die from touching it. They would die from dropping it. And they wouldn't just die of explosion, they would die from the radiation, you know?
And it says,
Which is the wormwood in Revelations 8.
and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work,
Yup.
and I have created the waster to destroy.
The waster is talking about the missiles, the warheads. That's what's going to destroy. That's the waster. Because once it hits, then it explodes. Then Isaiah called it a scroll unrolled, which is a mushroom cloud. See? So all the prophets were given the same vision, but we need to put these precepts of the prophets' prophecies together for us to see it fully. You know?
Now this is back in Joel 2 and verse 2, and it says, a great people and a strong.
The great people is talking about the missiles. Just because it calls them people don't mean it's literally people.
Right.
Like in Genesis, it said the beasts of the field, but it was referring to the men.
Mm-hmm.
So it don't, just because it says people don't mean it's literally people.
Yep.
You know, it's just going to be so many of them that it's like an army in the sky. 200 million
Yep.
is what John the Revelator saw.
Yep.
Which you had multiple warheads. There's multiple warheads in one missile. You know?
Yeah. And it says, there have not been ever the like.
See, there's never been the like. So how could this be Israel if there was never the like of them? What people has never been the like? Missiles. That's a newly created weaponry. Advanced warfare. That's why it says when the arrows get shot from the ends of the earth, when you lose a nuclear missile, it's actually coined broken arrow.
Yep.
See?
I don't know if you remember a couple of years back in the news, those nuclear warheads that were stolen in California.
Yep.
And they never recovered them.
See?
Oh, wow.
They made a movie with it called Broken Arrow with John Travolta and Christian Slater.
They never recovered them.
Nope.
Damn.
So it's a setup. So it'll happen, you know? And we could witness destruction happen on a small scale, meaning smaller than the destruction ultimately, but we could witness some attack soon, you know?
And it says, there have not been ever the like.
There has not been ever the like of these nuclear capability weapons.
It says, neither shall be any more after it.
So this proves this can't be the elect, because that means the elect's going to be done away with.
No,
See?
Right, exactly. Right.
Because it tells you that we're going to go and burn up the weapons. Which, keep reading, and I'm going to snag that, please.
It says, even to the years of many generations, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them. Talking about this land of Babylon, because right now everything is functional. People, you know, got folks right now, they can, you know, do whatever they want right now, you know, be free, right? It's paradise right now for them.
Yeah, it's heaven on earth right now.
Yeah. You know, and it says,
So read that never the like again, please.
yes, verse 2, it says, there have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it.
Which is ultimately, there will be no weapons in our kingdom. That's why in Isaiah 2 it says, they shall learn war no more.
Yep.
This is Ezekiel 39:8. Behold, it is come, and it is done, saith the Lord power. This is the day whereof I have spoken, and they that dwell in the cities of Israel, the elect, shall go forth and shall set on fire and burn the weapons.
That's right. So we're going to burn Esau's blessing. You know? He
And
deserved that shit,
Yup.
man. Because he's been taking peace from the earth with that blessing.
Yep.
He don't deserve that blessing no more.
Nope. And it says, both the shields and the bucklers, the bows and the arrows.
Everything that is Edomite owned, everything. But the shields.
Heathen owned.
Heathen, yeah.
Because Joel 3.
Yes, heathen owned. Because, you know, for the most part, the majority of World War III, they're heathens, all of them. They're heathens. Edomites, Hamites, Moabites, right?
They have weapon of capability. Ezekiel 38 tells that Russia will come with shield and buckler.
Yep.
So all the weapons that are left after World War III and the elect come down, they're all going to get burned up.
Yeah, man.
So that's why in Planet of the Apes, the first one, Charles Heston,
Yeah.
he found that gun.
the gun, yeah.
That was the only gun.
Yeah.
You know?
Nigga got a gun.
He got a gun. It says the bows and the arrows, the hand staves, and the spears, and they shall burn them with fire 7 years.
And what's that fire gonna be? Spiritual power.
Yep.
You know, because the elect men are gonna have power out of this world, literally. The elect men are gonna be like many most highs.
Princes of power.
Princes of power. Yahushua said that the works that I do, you're gonna do greater. And that's humble right there.
Yeah.
That's Yahushua saying that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Now, did you get that, Krat Zaba? What were you writing?
No, I was trying to figure out where we were at.
Yeah, Salakia. Yeah, so what I did was, we're proving that the Joel 2, the missiles, or the people are missiles, and then it said never the like, right? So that in Ezekiel 39 and 9, you write that down, that proves that those are talking about weapons, because Ezekiel saw the elect burning all the weapons. So Joel saw that there would be never missiles again, and then Ezekiel saw the elect burning the remaining of weapons.
Yeah. And also too, you had the quote by actually I'll Google
Oppenheimer.
it. Yeah.
Yep, you get that.
Albert Einstein.
So you got Joel 2, right? And then you precept that with Ezekiel 39 and 9.
Now this is the quote by Albert Einstein. It says, "I know not with that weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Because after that, after World War III goes down, it's going to be no more nuclear missiles, no more nothing." That's why he says right here in Joel 2.
Which makes him a false prophet.
Right.
Because there won't be a fourth war.
Exactly.
You know?
Because Joel 2 says, there have not ever been the like, meaning about the advanced, the technology and the weaponry. And it says, now
Right.
it shall be.
So I'm sorry.
Yep.
So let's go through it again. So it said, neither there shall be the alike, meaning there will be no more of them. And we use Ezekiel 39 and 9 to prove that those weapons or whatever's remaining will be burnt up.
Yep.
You got that?
So, when we started Joel?
No, I'm just for your notes.
Oh, yeah,
you got it?
yeah.
Okay, good. So now we're back in Joel 2.
And it says right here, neither shall be any more after it.
Meaning there won't be no weapons. All the missiles will be used. Everything will be shot off. And you know what movie they showed you that? X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah, he said no more war.
No more weapons. And he let all the nukes off.
Yep.
You have people with black eyes possessed. They're like, ugh, and they're pushing the buttons. Because the Lord don't want that. Weapons take away peace and harmony.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's why he said right here, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. But like your brother just said, he's a false prophet, because it's not going to be no World War IV. But if it was, it's going to be fought with sticks and stones, because all the weaponry is going to be done away with. All that technology that Esau has is going to be burnt up. It's done.
No more blessing.
No more blessing for Esau.
No more pain. No more blessing. No more bullets. No more guns.
No more war.
No more lots of guns. You know? No more niggas like this.
Yeah.
Pow, pow, punk ass. None of that. That spirit's going to get vanquished.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Joel,
Yep.
Joel 2 and verse 3. Now we in verse 3. Oh, so let me finish 2. It says, even to the years of many generations. Right.
See?
So that's after that. That's it.
Because then Isaiah 2 will commence.
Right. Yep.
You know? Brum, 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 brum.
Yep.
What's happening? We are now fulfilling prophecy of Isaiah, the 2nd chapter.
Yep.
Get the fucking line.
Yep.
Sorry. But you know what I'm saying? It's going because it says beat them in Rev 22 and 26.
Oh yeah.
You know, we're going to be sending monkeys out here with wings beating the shit out of people. Get your ass in fucking line. And then when we do decide to come down, like the Brothers Dream, they're going to be playing the drums.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Ah!
Applying peer pressure.
Yep. Peer pressure.
Peer pressure.
And the people going to be, I envision the elect coming down, and the people going to present daughters before us and gifts and goods. And then they're going to be thankful if we happen to walk by them and their daughter walks towards our ship. That heathen now knows that their daughter has been chosen by a man of God.
And their families are gonna get blessed.
You know?
They're gonna be good.
You know? Come on now.
Because in the kingdom, we're gonna treat heathens, the right way. Like it's like everybody's gonna, like, after everything's all said and done with us, beating them and putting, the laws, into them. After that, it's gonna be complete peace. Everybody's gonna be good.
Well, they'll never have the laws in them.
Well,
they'll be, I know what you mean,
Yeah.
but they're going to know of the laws, and to the best of their ability, they're going to keep them.
Yeah.
So in our kingdom, because they're not going to have the new covenant, So it ain't going to be written in them. They're going to have to deal with demons, Satan. They're going to have to deal with all the temptations that we had to go through. Hence why it says these curses shall come upon them that hated thee. So they're going to have curses they're going to have to be dealing with while living by the laws. Like Jake driving down the street, black woman yelling, patting her head. He forgets to stop at the stop sign. Cop, you know why I pulled you over? Bang, bang, dead. You know what I'm saying? So we're under the curses while trying to abide by the laws of the land. So they're going to be under curses abiding by the laws of our land, which is earth.
And it says, verse 3, a fire devoured before them.
That fire, see? How is the fire going to be devouring before them? Because of the missiles. The missiles are going to bring that fire, which, Firebird, what does Ezekiel say? The mushroom, or is that Isaiah 34? The water. Real quick. Oh, you know what? Isaiah 34 and also Jeremiah 51, the destroying wind.
That's a good one right there.
So where are you at, Kradza? You in
I was in Joel.
Okay, so let's precept the fire with Isaiah 34. Now let's go to Isaiah 34 to prove that not only the Joel 2 is talking about the missiles, but the missiles are going to bring a fire, and that fire was also saw by Isaiah. The fire was saw by Jeremiah. The fire was saw by John the Revelator. The fire will be seen by the holy prophets and apostles while living in Babylon. You know? Isaiah 34 and 1, it says, come near, ye nations, to hear. Yeah, come here, Moab. Come here. Let me talk to you. It says, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear. The earth is hearing through the world wide web. Okay? The earth is now heard. And all that is therein, the world and all things that are come forth of it, for the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He has utterly destroyed them. He has delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain shall be cast out. Their stink shall come up out of their carcasses. The mountains shall be melted with their blood, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. That's the mushroom cloud. You know?
That's right.
And it says, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from their vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. So when you see a fig fall from the tree, it's like the wind blows, catches it, and when it falls, you can't reattach it. You ain't grafting that in. It's going to fall and do what it does. So the missiles, when they get shot, there's going to be no return. Bruce Willis ain't going to be on that motherfucker with a fucking bobby pin, hacking the system and diverting it back to space.
Mind if I show you a quick mushroom
Yeah,
cloud?
for what?
Yo, that's the mushroom cloud right there. The scrolls that Isaiah was speaking about in his vision.
Yep. Which proves that's the fire that Joel is seeing. So now let's go back to Joel again. Okay, what you saw that in the movie, right? You saw him shooting down, and they had a fire to him, and they had a trail of smoke,
right,
which is the snake's tail.
Yep, right behind it. Yep.
So come on, man.
And it says, and behind them a flame burneth.
See, and behind them the flame burneth, because the missile, the ICBM is a catapult. It's like a Uber. It's driving the warheads to their destination.
Yeah, yep. It says the land is as the Garden of Eden before them.
Yep.
Meaning paradise.
Yep.
You know, meaning everything is still functional.
Yep. Happy.
Yeah. You can drive by and celebrate the 4th of July still.
You can eat burgers, you know? You can get married. You can have a fun night, right? Tonight's going to be a good night.
Yep.
You can party, you can dance, you can drink, you can play, you can be in the spirit as in the days of Noah.
Yep.
All right?
Bread and circus is
Thank you.
It's still active.
Yes, it is.
It says, and behind
And
them.
that bread is, I'm sorry, that bread's got a lot of yeast in it.
Yes,
There's a lot of leaven in it.
Yeah. A lot of mold and shit. And it says, and behind them a desolate wilderness.
Boom.
So meaning after the destruction comes forth by way of the nukes, this whole landmass, this great city is going to be desolate.
Yeah, ain't none of this promised. Like that video of Rihanna And the movie you put me on, The Knowing.
Yeah.
They had that big tidal wave of nukes just coming in, and then ASAP's Baby Mama was singing. Ain't none of this shit promised. I'm like, yo, that is a hard ass video, bro. They showed you. Jeremiah 51, the destroying wind. This is real quick, Baba Kasha. Jeremiah 51.
I believe verse 1, right?
Yes, sir. This is Jeremiah. You there, Kratzaba? Now this is Jeremiah 51 and verse 1. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon. This is Babylon. The United States of America is the virgin daughter Babylon found in the Bible. And against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me a destroying wind. And that wind was so destructive when it landed. Old girl, Ngwangu Patsy, whatever her name was, the Hamite chick in the movie, she got death. Remember?
Yeah.
Because she was talking, she had an attitude for the first 10 minutes. Then when the missiles hit the destroyers, her ass was deaf for like the 30 minutes later in the movie, man.
Does it create like a vacuum?
Yes, it sucks up all the elements. 2 Peter tells you that the elements shall burn with fervor and heat. So it's gonna quench H2O from the air. What's in air? H2O, oxygen, right? So it's gonna like Mars Total Recall. Remember they fell out the Arnold Schwarzenegger and his eyes got real big. So it's gonna take air. It's gonna take oxygen out of you can't breathe. You're just gonna burn. You're gonna burn within it. You know.
The elements shall melt.
Yep.
Everything.
Yep.
Everything.
It says, and I will send unto Babylon fanners, which is the migrants, which is the political turmoils, which is the dollar dwindling, which is scarcity of bread, which is lawlessness. All these things are keeping the flame of prophecy lit. And don't Jake say that? It was lit. And it says, and it shall fan her and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow. That proves that that army is going to be shot from the heathen nations. That's why Joel the 2nd chapter coincides with Joel the 3rd chapter, because it says they that were weak are now strong. Prepare for war. Beat your plowshares into swords, your pruning hooks into spears.
That's right.
And it says, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his brigandine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. So you can only destroy something with an explosion. And that explosion is equated to as an army that Joel saw, because it was so many in the sky that it was as a great number of people marching toward a land that was perceived as paradise to one and hell to another. You know? Read that again.
Back in Joel 2 and verse 3, and it says,
and they're gonna be loud too. Real, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, what is that? Everybody gonna stop. Black and mouth's gonna drop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They can feel, what the fuck?
Actually, I'm gonna keep reading it. It's gonna say
you can see it though.
Yeah, about the being like horsemen.
Yeah.
Because when like horsemen, you hear the horses galloping. You know, it's very loud. It says,
it's some good precepts.
And behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them.
You're not
unless you're of the elect.
Yep. It says, but he shall escape.
Yeah.
Jeremiah 30. So you ain't gonna be able to run. Like in the movie Day One, they couldn't run away from the creatures.
Yeah, because they can hear you run.
Yeah.
To go back what you were saying, 2 Peter 3 and 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
Now, does that mean the whole earth is going to burn up? No. portions or part of the earth. Like when Alexander Great ruled, it said he made the earth quiet before him. Does that mean the whole earth was quiet, like a quiet place? No. So it's poetic, it's symbolic.
Yeah.
You know, it's like imagery. You know?
Yeah.
So he saw a great fire taking place. But it doesn't mean the whole entire earth is on fire. IUIC, they're teaching that now.
Why would the whole earth?
Now the whole earth is on fire.
That's probably everything you
Yeah.
can see.
Exactly. Just like Lot's daughters. They only had sex with their father because they thought the whole world ended. So this is how we have to repopulate. It wasn't because they did it for pleasure.
Right.
Them women, the destruction was so heavy in the time of the Sodom and Gomorrah that they thought that the entire planet was done. So they got their father drunk because he wasn't going to do that. And then Moab and Ammon came about.
Real quick, I got a quick precept for that.
Yeah.
This Ecclesiastes 1 and verse 4. It says, one generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever.
There you go, man.
Plain.
Simple.
Back in Joel 2 and verse 4. It says, the appearance, like you were saying earlier, the sound, the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run.
Yep, and they're running in the sky. And when you hear a cavalry of horses marching, it's a very loud rumble. You hear it? The thunder, like a very loud rumble, you know?
Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains, like shall they leap.
So they're top of mountain. They're like, it's like a chariots are marching
Yeah.
coming in,
Yep.
you know?
Like the noise of a flame of fire that devours the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Right? It says as a strong people.
See?
So it's symbolizing the nukes as a great, you know, what's the word? Army.
Yeah, well, don't Jake call his gun his buddy?
Yeah.
Hey, you don't want to see my buddy?
Yeah.
I'll bring Buddy with you.
Yeah.
He about 38. What's up?
Yeah.
Jake will speak in an allegoric manner.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Verse 6, it says, before their face, the people shall be much pained.
Yeah, they're going to be afraid seeing the chariots come. It's going to ruin their day. Like that Jake, that's a meme where he's smiling and then his face changed.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
It says, all faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men.
The chariots, or excuse me, the missiles are going to run like mighty men.
They shall climb the wall like men of war.
Like the destroyers were doing in the movie.
Yep.
They were climbing up the walls, meaning the fire is just going to come upon everything. You know? That's why it's referred to as a lake.
Damn. Yeah.
A lake of fire.
It reminded me of that movie of World War Z, when all those zombies and shit was climbing the walls in
Yep.
Jerusalem.
Which those were a plague.
And it says, and they shall march everyone on his ways,
Everybody going to be running.
and they shall not break their ranks.
Meaning, when the missiles are shot, they're going to have a formation to them.
Right.
And they're not going to break the rank or their destination where they
Right.
got to hit. It's going to be precise because the Lord's going to be guiding them. The Lord's Spirit's going to be in those missiles.
Bullseye. Right. And it says,
We get a couple more. We're going to wrap up.
they shall run like, verse 8. Now they shall one thirst another.
Yep, so the missiles ain't going to be shot and then hit another missile and malfunction. It's going to be perfect.
They shall walk every one in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded.
Meaning there's not going to be a defense system that can stop them when they get shot off. Like you have an Iron Dome system of Amalek. Babylon's missile defense system is nothing more than a fucking weather balloon.
Okay.
It just floats in the sky and it predicts if something's close.
And it says, they shall run to and fro in the city, they shall run upon the wall, they shall climb up upon the houses,
Missiles.
they shall enter in at the windows like a thief.
Yep.
The earth shall quake before them.
The earth is going to quake.
Yep.
See? So when the missiles hit, the earth is going to rock. Let me get that.
Oh, in
Isaiah
Isaiah,
24.
I'll read it one more time.
Yeah,
The earth shall quake before them. Right, that's why it says in Peter, what you just read, said that great noise, which is that impact. And it says...
Real quick.
Yep.
Isaiah 24 and 20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again.
Yep, Babylon, because Babylon days are numbered.
Yep.
It's not gonna after a fall. That's gonna be the last go around for Edomite rulership.
Yep.
And it says, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining.
Right, because it's going to be such a devastation. The smoke going so high, it's going to block out the constellations.
One more verse, verse 11. And the Lord Yahweh Shai shall utter his voice before his army. See, his army, right?
Yep.
For his camp is very great, for he is strong to execute of his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it?
There it is. So we're going to close out, but just read Revelations 21 if you want to know how those destroyers in day one represent the elect. All right, so Lord's will, this lesson was edifying. We just want to say, call Allah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles, a great millstone that do well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. With that being said, Shalom.